Okay. Okay. You guys cannot see me, I'm too tall. But we're making breakfast. We already made biscuits yesterday, so we're going simple. We already had we're kind of out of groceries today. So maybe today's video is gonna be hitting the gym. We are gonna have an absolute killer video for you guys. And then maybe hitting up the grocery store, because I got like nothing to eat. So this morning for breakfast, we are going to make scrambled eggs. We're just gonna have like 2 or 3 eggs. And then, dude, I got no yogurt left. I'm out of my Greek yogurt. Guys, I don't know what this means, but I just broke my Helix. I've only broken one ever before. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. And literally last week, I was talking to Jordan, the owner of Helix, telling him how I've never broken one. And then all of a sudden, I break one. Now I gotta clean up all this water. Okay. This is the best way to make eggs. Dude, why? Like, I cannot be seen. I gotta like work. All right, whatever. We're just going something simple today for breakfast. We're just doing 2 eggs. We're out of bacon too. I was really hoping to make a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Two eggs, some salt, pepper, and then I like just a touch of like this poultry magic, like barely any, just a touch. And then either a splash of milk or whipping cream. Then stir, stir, stir. So this is what we're having for breakfast. 2 eggs, 2 biscuits, protein shake that we got for free. And then we had a glass of milk earlier. Boom. I thought of going to bury the Gila mix, and then I realized I'd just be leaching microplastics into the planet Earth for the next millennia, so. Just went to Goodwill. We bought a black suit. I'm going to a wedding in a few weeks. And I've been trying, I want a vintage 80s or 90s Armani suit. You know, we were kind of hoping we'd find something here at the Goodwill. But obviously, we're not that lucky. So we just got some, like, I don't even know. We'll have to get home and search up what suit I just bought, but it fit. A suit is something I really would love to make down the line. Just seems very fun. So next we're getting some lunch.
Sometimes I demand to fall asleep. My heart beat faster a little bit, and I know your secrets, your nightmares. I'm crying 'cause I'm here with you.
All right, we are now at Publix. This is our place of shopping. We love Publix. No, this is not Publix. This is Kroger. I get the two confused. Publix is expensive. We go to Kroger. Go to Kroger. I shop at Kroger. So we're gonna take you guys through a shopping haul today. As you guys probably don't know, I'm on a slight bulk, so we're working on gaining a little bit of weight back. Right now, we're at around 195. Pretty skinny. We're coming from a big cut. Wanted to get shredded, wanted to see what I was working with. But we need to put on some size again. We need to bulk. Our previous bulk was coming from around 230, 235. So we'll put that weight back on over the year, 2 years. Our bulks usually last a lot longer than our cuts ever do. Our previous bulk was about 1.5 years, 2 years. And when I say bulk, I don't mean like all at once, like 2 years, guys. That means like gradual. Like my previous bulk was from around 200, around 195, what I'm at now, to around 230, 235, and I gained that all over the course of 1.5 years. Now, it's not all upward progression. We try to keep it as smooth as possible, but there's little hiccups throughout the bulk. We'll probably do a mini cut as we bulk. There's no hard right or wrong way to do it, but we are on a slight surplus now, so we're throwing some more food into the mix. Our appetite is growing. We need to eat more food. We have to eat breakfast these days. During the cuts, we would do morning fasts. Now I'm just like absolutely starving in the morning since I'm increasing my calories. So let's show you guys what we're getting. So we're gonna be starting with some fruit. One pepper. Boom. One yellow onion. Snack. We are going to show you guys how to make the best Philly cheesesteak of your life. So for our meals this week, we're basically making Philly cheesesteaks for dinner, and quesadillas is what we've decided on. And usually we'll make enough to pack for lunch the next day. You need this for the Philly. Boom. Next, we're just getting some classic chicken breast. Boom. Boom, boom. Now, for the quesadillas, we need some tortillas. So we'll get some of these guys right here. Boom. We already have a lot of groceries at home, like eggs, like cheese, seasonings, all that stuff. So we don't really buy any of that, but we do need some milk, we're good on sour cream. These days, usually we'd opt for some like Fairlife, but you can't beat $2.99. All right, I'm about to put you guys on. Drink 3 of these a day. Those mini ones are a better deal. They taste better than the larger ones. They're different, completely different. But those guys you get for every 10 grams of, it's only about $1 for 10 grams of protein. So it's also cheaper than all the other Oikos and Chobani protein drinks. So go for the minis. They taste so much better. They're like literally a Danimals. and it's the easiest 30 grams of protein my entire life. Next, we need some orange juice to make smoothies and acai bowls. Where's the chocolate? Pre-workout snack right there. We don't need to buy tortilla chips. We have been making our own tortilla chips. We got some corn tortillas at home. Just been frying them up. Sometimes we've been making a lot of Mexican food lately. Lots of nachos and quesadillas. Probably my favorite thing to cook out of anything is actually baking. So we need to pick up some chocolate chips. I always like having chocolate chips. I always like having things to make dessert, because I do like dessert, and I feel terrible if I'm buying sweets all the time. But if I'm making sweets, I'm sold. We like having tuna as like an emergency meal when we got like nothing, can't think of anything, we just want to get something down. That's tuna for us. That's us when we don't want to think about dinner. Can of tuna, 40 grams protein. Done. Lastly, we're getting some sausage, turkey links for breakfast. That'll pretty much wrap it up. Boom. So this is pretty much the shopping cart. The last thing we will need to add. Always got some sort of wound on our body, so throwing those. But this will get us about anywhere from like 12 to 16, 17 meals worth, because we'll get about 4 meals from the chicken. We'll get about 3 from the Philly cheesesteaks. Breakfast, we'll have about enough breakfast for the week. So, we're rocking with solid, and then throwing these definitely anywhere between 15 and 20 meals. But that's kind of what it looks like. And then we still got some food at home that, we'll use to make other things. But this is kind of what a weekly grocery haul would be looking like. Sometimes we will run out of like dinners, later throughout the week. But we live right next to the grocery store, so we shop on Sundays. But towards the end of the week, I also like going to the grocery store before I make a meal. Very much just stop in real quick before I get back from the gym and pick something up that I need. Very much a grocery shopper. Don't like eating out at all, and try to limit that as much as possible. I'd like to preface this grocery haul with, I do love eating out. In fact, if I could eat out all the time, I would. I just know it's not good for me, and I know that food is never going to be as healthy as the version I make it. But man, I love nothing more than testing out new restaurants, finding the best food, give me the best burger in town. That's what I want to find. Philly cheesesteaks, like, come on. I would love to eat a Jersey Mike's Philly cheesesteak right now. But we can make that better at home. But man, yeah, I do like to eat out, but we got to stay disciplined and not do that. That's wasting more money for less food. It's not smart, not a smart choice. Okie dokie. This is what we're working with. We spent $113. So that's probably around how much I spend. I spend a lot of money on food, and we could budget it and be better with that. But we like what we like, I guess. So yeah, we spent $113, and I'll probably eat out once or twice if I'm good, which will be on like the weekend or something. But we've been trying not to eat out at all. And stay in for every meal. But that's the grocery haul. So we're gonna flip it over to the Philly. we're back. We are prepping. We are making Philly cheesesteaks. Onions and peppers ready to saute. We got oil heating up right now in the pan, so we'll start sauteing those. We'll season them up a little bit, but this is everything you'll need for seasoning. You'll need onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, salt, pepper. Of course, you're gonna need your meat. And then for our finishing sauce, you're gonna need soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, some apple cider vinegar with a little, half a teaspoon of some brown sugar. Then of course you need some butter and oil is what we're gonna saute everything with. And then we'll add some of this finishing sauce to saute the onions and peppers. And then we'll also use it on the steak once it's 80%, 75% cooked through. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with sauteing that, then we'll push it off to the side, and then we'll start cooking our meat. First, we're gonna season up our meat straight in here. And then you start chopping the meat, let it cook all the way through. Last final piece we need is, shoot bro. No, it's right here. American cheese, white American cheese. For the longest time, I thought a proper Philly had provolone. But then I made the switch to white American. And now I'll never go back. Now, yellow cheese does not belong on a Philly. I don't know about you guys, it just simply does not belong. So we're gonna go ahead and season everything up. I kind of like pulling apart the meat a little bit, but do what you got to do to get it all seasoned up. We're gonna throw down these onions and peppers. I'll put you guys up here. Might be able to see me. Oh. So for the finishing sauce, I don't even measure. Just do equal parts Worcestershire, equal parts soy sauce and water. So boom, we'll go like that. A little more. Same amount of soy sauce. Just like that. And then you're gonna go about half, like a splash of apple cider vinegar. You want half the amount you put in. So boom, just like that. And then what you want to finish it with, you guys are sitting on the brown sugar. Honestly, then we're just gonna add half a teaspoon with some brown sugar. I don't even have a teaspoon, so we'll just scoop it up with our fingers. That's about half a teaspoon. And actually I added way more than half a teaspoon. Good thing is you can always add more Worcestershire or soy sauce next time. And then we're just gonna add a splash of water. Boom, boom. Now we stir, stir, stir. This is our finishing sauce. Once onions and peppers are more sauteed, closer, we'll add some of this to that, and then we'll push it all off to the side, start cooking our meat, start breaking it up, and then as that's finishing up, we'll add the remaining of this sauce. And that's all there is. Very quick, shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes to cook it all. And when I tell you, are going to have a Philly cheesesteak that surpasses your favorite Philly cheesesteak. This is it, bro. Like this is it. We'll finish cooking this up. We'll show you guys the final product. But we're also gonna be making quesadillas this week. I make a fire quesadilla. Trick is you need some salsa to let the chicken marinate in or to cook in, but not too much. It's gotta be perfect. Maybe I'll show you guys that another time, but let's get this Philly going. So let's go ahead and add some of the sauce. In fact, let's just dump. I probably made too much sauce. Then I actually just like completely combining the two. We got the Philly right here, first bite. You know if it's busting through the seam, it's good. The problem I have with so many Phillies, they're not greasy enough. They're dry. This, you will not have that problem. In this, we got about 30 grams of protein, 30, 35. Mmm.